Okay, ready, go. Ready, go. This is the frontal view. Go. First to see the size of, the way you start backswing is good. You have slight dropping of the right side and then push and then start. However, so this initial shift motion is good. However, as you go up here, you already start sliding the pelvis to the target. So before backswing is even maturity here, you already slide the pelvis instead of having nice recentering motion here. So again, let me see, the pelvis is opening here. And then this is how much you go. The backswing is really short here. Mm-hmm. You're now what, 65? Mm-hmm. So particularly as we get old, I'm also in my 60s, but as we get old, this short runway becomes a problem. Imagine that you have a short runway and then try to lift off, then you have to have a really good engine. But obviously, as we get old, yeah. So then, short runway would basically give you not enough speed. So, and then you're fighting against your club here. You are the one who has to help the club motion so that the club can move faster, but you're actually fighting it. So stopping here. What happens before even you reach this position here, your backswing is about this much, but before you reach this position, your pelvis is already sliding. When the pelvis slides, it's hard to help the upper body turn. So you are losing the lower body quickly with this. So as a result, what you see is that on the way down, the pelvis is already here. Then try to hit the ball with the arms here. Now let's go to the down the line view here. Go. Yeah, slight dropping of the right side is good, and then as you start the backswing using the momentum, you have to really throw the club, but you're just lifting it up by using your arms here. And then at the beginning of the backswing, you will see that club head is going backward quite a bit here. So the club head pad is low here, so it's flat. And then as your initial initiation of the backswing was good. However, during the backswing, what's happening is you're sitting down in the backswing here. So as the backswing progresses, you're sitting down, and then at the same time, the pelvis slides toward the target. Instead, during the backswing, as you initially just dropped it slightly and then started the backswing, then instead of sitting down here, we have to stand on the right side here. And also, back to the frontal view here, one thing I want to show is the amount of shoulder turn here. Your shoulder can turn a bit more, but you don't have enough shoulder turn because you are lifting your arms up here. Instead of throw it, let it go, and make a big arc around your body, then you'll go to this position here. You are lifting the arms here. So your shoulder stops about here. But I think you have more range of motion. So let's check your range of motion. Put your hands in front of your chest here. And stay right in the middle there. Then lean forward slightly. And then try to make a 90-degree turn and see how it goes. Yeah, you can turn enough. And also, as you turn, again, shift first, shift enough, and then turn. But turn around your right hip here. So your right leg will serve as the foundation, right. So it should not move a lot in the backward direction.
So my big fear, right, is this.
Mm. Yeah, so if you control, so if you do this motion continuously here, like this, then you should be able to confine your body within this triangular space. No. You're just turning, both are moving like this. Instead, if you are turning this way, shift it this way first, and then turn so that you can stand on the right side here, right foot here, and then you should be able to tap the ground. But if your upper body leans,
Yeah.
then you have a problem here. So I use this analogy often, but if you ask someone untrained to lift 1 foot, usually they go like this, by leaning, then lifting this and then try to maintain the balance here. But if you ask the same thing to a ballet dancer, they will go like this. They'll maintain the upper body upright by shifting the whole body and then lifting this and then maintain the balance here. Good balance here. Instead of
So the weight is inside. You can't get to the outside.
no. So if your instep leaves the ground, that means actually your hip is going backward too much. You really have to stand on the right side. The right foot is really supporting your body, and then by letting the pelvis go enough and keeping the upper body more upright here, then you can lift the leg here but maintain the balance here. So how far you can lift your leg, that depends on how much you shift your body.
So you want the center of mass over the hip.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, because you're using the right leg as the foundation, so your center of mass should be on that on the right foot here. Yeah. And then make sure you maintain the upper body, go upright. Keep the foot on the ground, but you don't bear a lot of weight with on the left side, right? So you should have enough shifted to the right, and then have slight reverse pivot posture here. That way, you can really use the right leg as your foundation. Okay? So you need to, more than anything, when you turn, you have to first shift and then turn, shift and then turn. So, but the easy way to do that is you don't shift and then simply lift the arms here. Then you feel you are really stable.
That's an easier way.
Yeah, but actually, because you're not shifting the weight, then you cannot use the legs that much. Okay? So that's why you rush and then try to hit the ball with the arms only. So more than anything, as you relax your arms here, and then you should be able to shift a lot both ways. Relax the arms instead of try to do this. Relax. This is only, you can throw the arms here. And you should have good body shift left and right. And also, so here, as you are moving this way, actually your left knee is coming in this way. That means you're not shifting enough. If you shift enough, this happens. Left leg actually straightened. Okay? The left leg is actually straightened here because they shift here. And then no need to turn this way here. If you just turn without enough shift, then the knee goes in here. The same thing. This side, knee goes in here, if you don't have enough shift. So if you have enough shift, and then maintain good balance here, enough shift, and then maintain the balance here, then you will see that the legs are pretty much straight here. So instead of introducing the turn early, let's just shift here. So keep a bit wider stance for you. And then if you have enough shifted to the right, yeah, then you see the left leg tends to be straightened here. Also, if you have enough shift, don't turn, no turn. So if you just shift left here, then the right side or right leg also should be fairly straightened.
So we don't want to turn.
For the moment, it's just a shift. You can easily add the turn motion at the end. Yeah, so in order to shift, you have to gently push the ground with the toe here. Gently push the ground with the toe here. 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 So what we'll do here is, again, we'll swing the arms back and forth, and you will shift left to right. Try to shift as much as possible. Okay? Try to shift as much as possible without turning much. Just try to shift first. So here, move the lean down, and then shift this way here. And shift it here. Shift it here. Have you ever any skating, ice skating?
No. Certainly.
So when you have skating, what happens is you push, glide, it's this motion, right? So to the shift to the right enough, and then here. But this way, you're leaning. You're not shifting. Yeah. So go this way here.
Yeah.
So keep the head here, then let the pelvis go, then you'll go this position, right? And then the same thing here. Usually this side is okay because we tend to, turn this way more. So, and then here, lean. No, let the pelvis go. Let the pelvis straighten your right leg. So you have to really stand on the right side. You have to put good weight on the right side and then stand like this. Left side is good. Right side is not enough. And then don't move the hip backward. Yeah, you have to really stand on the right side. Remember, in your swing, in the backswing, you tend to sit down. In the backswing here, it's the opposite. Try to stand on the right side. So have the image of shift here and then push the ground and move the body up. So shift and then push the body. More here. So if you want to maintain the balance here, then you can keep the head more in the middle of the stance here, right? But you can move the pelvis enough to the right here. Yeah. Now let's do this. So now let's make it rhythmic. We'll continuously swing. Try to throw the arms high up here. Throw the arms high up here as you shift. So let's go. This side, this side, this side. Throw the arms, throw the arms, throw the arms, throw using the legs. Kick the ground, push, throw. So as you do, on this side, feel the body is leaning slightly this way. On this side, the body is leaning slightly this way. That way you can control the balance. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about going too far out. So always imagine this is a triangular space. Your top is not moving that much. If the top moves a lot, this is called a sway, which is bad in postural control. And then if the pelvis goes like this is a pelvis slide. And what we want to do is a purposeful shift motion here. Here, and here. Yeah. Well, on one end, you're shifting enough. However, you keep the head more centered, so you will be able to confine your body motion in this space. So when you do this outside, then keep the sun behind you, and then put sticks on the ground. Then you'll be able to define the triangular space. And using your shadow. And then generally relax from here to here for the moment. You have to use the legs actively. So again, always have the image of this pushing action. So shift and then push up, shift and push up, shift and up, shift and up here. Up is the key. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Oh, this is promising. And then now, keep the upper body slightly inclined. One thing you have to avoid is, as you push up here, lifting the body here. So that can be done with the gaze control. So keep your gaze on the ball. And imagine this. If your whole upper body is leaning, here, look at this. This is your upper body, this is your head here. You're leaning forward, right? And then if you just turn the whole thing about your spine axis, then in this position, if you turn everything, the head also turns this way, about this axis here, and then you're gazing the ball over your left shoulder. Here, right? Instead of, if the head goes that way, then you turn flat. But try to turn the head about the spine axis here. From here, just to turn this way. as if something is holding your hair here. So you cannot move your head here, but you want to move the pelvis this way. Then you go here, then you're going into this position. Naturally, your head position is here. Slightly looking up here, using the peripheral vision, you're gazing the ball here. If your face goes this way, goes down, then you tend to turn flat. So again, shift and then push the ground and then move your body up, up, up. Yeah, so gaze is over your shoulder and then gaze on the ball and then make it more rhythmic. Now, rhythmic, push, 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 and then try to extend the leg a bit more. So push, push here instead of going here. Yes, both ways, push, push. That's a really good start here. That's good, a really good start. Okay? So I'm replacing this. So try to move this along the plane here instead of flipping here. And then doing that, just to do whatever we have done so far. Instead of using the arms here, the arms are just holding it, relax here. You have to throw it with the leg action. You don't need to go too far. Just it can be a smaller motion, but use the legs, throw. Imagine this is a heavy bag of cement. Then you cannot really use the arms to move this. You have to use the legs. Throw, 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 throw. That flow is good. So you don't have to fight. You don't have to fight. And then using the speed at the bottom here, you will let this go up, 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 up. And as you do this, one thing important is if you want to throw it this way, then you push the ground, so straighten this, bring this hip up. With that, you will be able to go to this position here. Yeah, so still the head is here. Head is here, then you just let the pelvis go out here. Then you will have this position here. And throw here, this way, but the weight is mostly on the left side, mostly on the right side, and keep doing this. Swing, swing. And also practice the face turn here while maintaining the gaze on the target, on the ball. Swing. And then make here. So now pay attention to the plane. Are you moving it along the plane or are you moving away from the plane? So be aware of the plane. Both ways, both ways. Yeah, try to keep it fairly consistent both ways. It's too big, it's too big. Instead of making the motion really big, using the arms here, using these muscles here, use the legs and then have a rhythmic throw. Okay, kick the ground, kick. Try to kick the ground with push kick the ground and then bring the hip up, left up, right up, left the hip up, right hip, left the hip, right hip. Keep pushing. And then it should be fairly easy. You don't fight. You're just holding it with arms, and then the holding is coming from your leg action. Push, 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 push. Okay. So this is how you control the rhythm. Particularly when you have something heavier, then you have to use your legs more. Yeah. So you cannot really rely on your arms in that case. Push, 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 push. This is good sign. So overall, the rhythm is getting more consistent. All right. So keep that in mind. The reason why you don't have enough backswing is because you want to hit the ball with the arms here.
Yes.
So, and then try to hit it like this.
Kill it.
Then, one thing important is the motion of the club head. You need to have a long enough runway, right? So you have to move the club head around your body nicely, no obstruction along the way. If your body motion obstructs the club motion, then you're basically making a disservice to yourself. So your goal is to move the club head around really nicely, and also make a large enough arc here, instead of stopping here. To stop here, you're using arms pretty much. And then you don't have enough time to use your lower body, to engage your lower body. So you have to give more time, let it go all the way. And then this rope swing is really good for that. Okay? So here the goal is, again, moving the end of the rope around your body nicely here. It's not about your pelvis go certain ways and sit down and things like that. Focus on the motion of the end of the rope. Your goal is to move the end of the rope around, make big arc, make it fast enough. And if you give enough speed to the rope, automatically the plane becomes flat, the planar. Yeah. And then you will be able to develop good, consistent plane. But if you introduce unnecessary body motion and so on, then it deviates from that plane. So again, focus on the end of the rope. Your goal is to move it around your body nicely. Give enough speed, give enough speed. At the beginning of the backswing, from the end of the downswing, you're losing the connection. So in order to continuously affect the motion of the rope, then you have to maintain this tension here. So even at the end of the backswing, and then let the rope go all the way here, go here, and then keep it here. Then when you pull this, that it will respond. But if at the beginning, if you do lose that connection, it just drops. Then from here you have to do something. So all the way from there, from the beginning, you are controlling this motion here. And then let it go. You don't lose connection. Holding it doesn't mean that you really have a good connection here. So even at the beginning of the backswing, you have the good connection with the rope. So here, let the rope go all the way around so that you can maintain the tension. Both ways. At the beginning of backswing, it's too slow, or you're not really using the body to throw the rope. You are throwing the rope both ways. Okay? It's not pulling in, it's actually throw so that the end of the rope goes around your body. In the backswing, the plane is quite inward. It's flat inward. So you have to pay attention to, again, but there are two purposes here of the rope swing. One is developing consistent plane here. So both ways you have to use the same plane. So make sure you are moving the rope along the same plane. The second purpose is at the transition you have to give enough time so that in the backswing here the rope goes around your body. You have to wait until this happens. Downswing, the same thing. Throw, and then the rope goes here. And then give you enough time in the start. But using enough speed, you will be able to maintain the tension. So for the moment, just pay attention to the swing plane, whether you are moving it along a consistent plane here. Backswing again. At the beginning, you're losing the control, and also you're pulling this in backward. So instead, use the leg action, push, push, push. Using the leg action, throw, throw, throw. Here. Throw, 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 throw. You're using the speed of the rope, throw it instead of try to drag it. But then your legs should push the ground actively. Push, push, push. in the backswing also you have to throw it. That's better, that's better. Let it go, let it go. Yep. In the backswing also actively throw. And then make sure in the backswing you don't lean that way, your upper body. You have to, as you throw, pelvis goes like this, head stays here, so you have a reverse pivot posture here. Throw this way. If you throw this way, the face turns this way here. If you throw it this way, or if you pull it here, your body is leaning there. Go to reverse pivot at the end of the backswing. No, it's not. It's also here. As you go in the backswing, shift and then turn and then use enough shoulder turn here. Okay, instead of so the gauge should be over your shoulder like this. If you keep the shoulder, if you keep your gaze here, then you will limit the shoulder turn. Then the only way you can go is lifting your arms here. So you have to let the face turn about this much. Using the peripheral vision, you have to maintain the gaze. And then as you throw, imagine you are turning about the axis here. Then if you turn the body about the spine axis, then you have to go this way here instead of swing the spine axis. So instead of stopping completely, you have to connect the motion. That way you can maintain the control here. So your goal is to move the rope around your body and then throw and then move around and then go here instead of just throw and then stop.
Not separate.
Yeah, it's one continuous motion. From the downswing to backswing, again, you have to connect those so that you can maintain the control. Swing, swing, swing. Let me record from here. So keep a bit faster backswing. A bit, make it faster. If the backswing is faster, then everything becomes a lot easier. Swing, swing, active backswing, and they have a rhythmic motion up and down as if you're dancing. Try to dance. Have good rhythmic motion back and forth. Okay. So that body motion is not bad. But the thing is, you just swing and then stop here, and then try to start again. So swing and then come back, swing and come back here. Keep swinging both ways. That way you can have a more active backswing. Swing, swing, active backswing, and they have a rhythmic motion up and down as if you're dancing. Try to dance. Have good rhythmic motion back and forth. So this body rhythm is not too bad. And then make sure you shift the pelvis a bit more. This is something you have to intentionally practice for a while. Yeah. Currently. But your early shifting of the pelvis to the target is a bit now fixed here. Because everything is coming from the rhythmic motion here. Yeah. And then you start the pelvis motion instead of quickly slide the pelvis. So when you develop this overarching rhythm, all these preferred things will basically fit toward the main rhythm. That way you can automatically get rid of most of these unnecessary movements. Yeah. So it's important to develop an overarching backbone rhythm here. So the question is having the image of running the rope around your body and make as large arc as possible here. In order to do that, you have to give just enough speed. Instead of try to pull it here, close to the body, let it go around, and let the end of the rope go around your body. Throw here, let the end of the rope go around the body. So try to make it make the leverage a bit longer, using good speed. Backswing from downswing to backswing, still that should be connected. Ooh, instead of ooh. Let's start all over again.
Collecting my thoughts.
So basically connect everything together. Yeah, the easiest way to do that is using the legs and then develop the rhythm. Now, as you swing back and forth, have small steps. Swing, swing, swing. The backswing got a lot. Oh no! Backswing got a lot short. Now your hand is here. And before it's completed, you're pulling down. Here, as you kick this, step that side, and then go all. Oh no! You have to turn using the step and then pushing the ground. Your goal is to turn the shoulder enough here. Okay, instead of lifting the arms here. So. If you kill the arm motion here, then with the stepping, step and then turn all the way, step and turn all the way, step and turn all the way, step and turn all the way. And with the enough shoulder motion, then you are adding the arm motion there. And then as soon as you took steps, your backswing got really short. So the goal is here. You have to really push the ground with the right leg so that you can continue this turn here. Your goal in the backswing is going all the way here, not rushing into downswing. Connect it better, and then make it faster. Take some more steps now. In the backswing, you're still keeping this flexed here. You're going here. You have to give a good push so that you can have the reverse pivot posture. Remember, that's the main obstacle you have. You have to overcome that. In the backswing, in the backswing here, this with this. Yeah, you have to push the ground good and bring the hip high up. At the beginning of the backswing, you're losing the rope. So let it go, and then when it's still here, then you start the backswing and then throw, instead of wait until this drops. It's because here. So in your image, you just swing in the downswing and stop. And then try to start. This is continuous motion. Swing, 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 swing. Try to have a continuous motion instead of swing, swing. Yeah, it's a continuous motion. And then develop good rhythmic motion. Backswing is getting short. You're using the arms on the way down. Again, remember, in the backswing, your goal is to go all the way to the end. Your goal is to move the rope all the way here instead of quickly pulling this down. You have to give more time in the backswing, at the end of the backswing. So again, in your backswing, your goal is to go as much as possible here and then let the rope go all the way instead of. This is not your goal. Your goal is to go here. Broken. This is broken. The backswing and downswing broken. You go stop, and then try to start here. In order to connect this, your shoulder keeps moving, and then let it go. It's continuous instead of whoop. Again, your goal is to move the rope here. Your goal is to move the end of the rope without dropping it here. So if the end of the rope goes all the way around the body, instead of go here and then drop here. Okay? If you wait, if the motion is broken, then the rope drops because of the gravity. So you have to maintain the influence on the rope all the way. That means your body has to move continuously here. So actually your rope has to hit the front side of the body. The end hits the front side of the body instead of back here. Okay, so you have to let the end of the rope go all the way. Focus on the end of the rope. That's better control here. So you don't have to have really jerky motion when you run the rope continuously around. As long as you focus on the end of the rope.
So keep tension on the rope.
Yeah. This is a part of your body. Your goal is to move the end of the rope certain ways that you want, instead of just moving the body and then just. You have to move intentionally. You have to move the end of the rope around your body. Okay, so pay attention to the end of the rope. Yeah. Yes. So now I see that your awareness of the end of the rope is a lot better. Okay, let me record this. Again, run it around your body. Your goal is to move the end of the rope around your body along a consistent plane. Feel the motion of the end of the rope. Yep. And now at the end of the backswing, the end is alive. It keeps moving, and it doesn't drop. You maintain the control. Feel the motion of the end of the rope. Yep. The same thing. When you use the club head, let the club head go all the way here. Again, your goal is to move the club head around your body and eventually make a fast motion here. It's not about your arms dominating the club, but rather the club head should be, again, club is now part of your body. That you are moving the club head around your body the way you want. Go all the way here and then throw, and all the way and then throw, instead of.
I like to do that.
So yeah, the rope swing looks a lot better now.